Good afternoon and happy Thursday, everyone. This is Scott Wohlers with River Place Capital. It is Thursday, July the 10th. I'm going to take just a brief minute to discuss what markets did last week as we got off to a start of a new quarter. The S&P 500 for the week was up 1.72%. Very positive start to the third quarter, and the mid-cap index, as measured by the S&P 400, was up 2.85%, so even better. That still has a lot of catching up to do year to date, and the small caps, which has been the worst performer year to date, had the best week last week, up 3.1% on the week, so another great week. So wow, what a market that we are really witnessing and observing, and we have just witnessed the fastest recovery and the steepest recovery in history in the public equity markets. And it's amazing to see the resilience of this market. We're thrown in with tariff uncertainty. Is what started the volatility on the downside, and we recovered very quickly off of that. And then we were thrown a war in the Middle East, and we still rallied off of that. Oil didn't go crazy, and the market continued to move higher. We have a growing federal deficit that continues to grow, but the market continues to look past that and move higher. We always have walls of worry on Wall Street of things that could go wrong and always reasons why markets could sell off. So what is this telling us about the market and about the fundamentals? And then kind of what do we do to chart a path moving forward from here as you as an individual investor? And what do you do to navigate this time period? And as we head into the third quarter, what does that mean seasonality-wise for your portfolio? So a couple of things to unpack here is one of the things that we learned here from all of this is how much money was set on the sidelines and is still on the sidelines, and that money is still flowing into the equity markets and still able to support the fundamentals that are strong, and that there is still buying pressure in the equity markets. The other thing that we touched on and want to talk about is what we do from here as the individual investor, and kind of what do you do. So if you've been looking at your portfolio and you see that there's some stocks that just haven't really recovered with this recovery, and we're sitting now near or at all-time highs in the equity markets, well, we're moving into the third quarter. Seasonality-wise, that is typically the worst performing quarter for equities in the calendar year. We get exhaustion in September, and people go on vacation August, September, and you just see a lot of buyers just not there, and you have a propensity to move downward towards the end of the quarter after you get through earnings. So we are heading into the weakest part of the calendar year. If you have a performer that's not been performing during this recovery, it may be time for you to just go ahead and move on from that name. Sit on a little bit of cash as we're sitting here at these all-time highs. As we're heading into the doldrums of summer, maybe wait for there to be a pullback. We still foresee the market moving forward from here by the end of the year, but that doesn't mean that we won't see volatility in the meantime. And so just have your cash ready, and as the adage says, there's nothing wrong with selling high to buy low, and when people are greedy, be fearful, and when people are fearful, be greedy. And so applying those logics and applying those in real-time applications is what we're calling and suggesting that people do if they evaluate their portfolios. So if you have questions about how to do that, how to navigate that in your individual portfolio, or what the volatility means or what to do in the meantime, feel free to reach out and give us a call. We'd love the opportunity to talk to you. We're very excited for earnings season, which starts next week, and we'll start to get a lot of these corporate earnings that put a lot of this conjecture to bed. But we'll see what goes on from that, and we'll be happy to fill you in and update you along with that. But call us. You can reach us at 904-346-3460, or as always, check us out online at www.riverplacecapital.com. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your week. Thanks so much for watching.